Alright, I'm going to be looking through Unit 1, Review 1, and solving all of the odd problems. Looking at number 1, we have 19 times r is equal to 190. We're working with either side of the equation. 19 is multiplying with r, so to get rid of it, we do the inverse operation. We're going to divide 19 to both sides, which will get 1r is equal to 190 divided by 19, which is 10. Number 3, we have b minus 12 is equal to negative 28. b is being subtracted with 12, or by 12, and to get rid of a 12 that is subtracting, we are going to add 12 to both sides. To find that b is equal to, and then what we look for here is if our signs are different, we're going to subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. So these signs are different. We will do 8 minus 2 and get 6, and 2 minus 1 and get 1, and that is a negative 16. Number 5, we're trying to get r by itself, which means we need to move this 8, shown here in yellow, and this 2. We always move the term that is adding or subtracting first. In this case, it is this 8. It is trying to subtract, so we are going to add it to both sides to undo the operation. Will leave us with negative 9 is equal to r divided by 2. At this point, we need to get rid of the 2, so we are going to multiply it to both sides to find that negative 18 is equal to r. Number 7, another two-step equation. We're working on getting x by itself, which means 9 and 4 need to move. We're going to get rid of the 4 first by adding it to both sides, which will give us 72 is equal to 9x. We will now get rid of the 9 by dividing it to both sides to find that 8 is equal to x. Number 9, we are working with a problem now that has a 5 that is trying to multiply with the quantity of 2 plus 2v. So we are going to need to distribute that 5 to both terms first. 5 times 2 will make 10, and 5 times 2v will make 10v. It's equal to 90. We are working on getting v by itself, which means we need to move both the 10 that is adding and the 10 that is multiplying. We always get rid of what adding and subtracting first, so we are going to get rid of 10 by subtracting it to both sides to find that 80 is equal to 10v. We will now divide 10 from both sides to find that 8 is equal to v. Number 11. On problems like number 11, we need to clean up everything that we have that are like terms on the same side of the equation by combining them before we can start solving. So we are going to take this positive 1 and this positive 2. Signs are the same, so we'll add them and keep the sign to get positive 3. And then I'm going to rework the other terms that I did not use. In this case, it will be 5b and 13. We've now created a two-step equation. We always move the term that's adding or subtracting first by doing the opposite. So we are going to subtract 3 from both sides to find that 5b is equal to 10. We'll then divide 5 from both sides to find that, b is equal to 2. Number 13. In problems like number 13, we look to see if there's anything to clean up on either side. In this case, there is not. The next thing we will look for is, where are the variables located? In this case, we have an m that is located on both sides of the equal sign. We have a 4m on the left and a positive 1m on the right. We need to gather our m's to the same side, which means we will follow our rules for moving our numbers around. We need to get rid of one of the two. It's typically easier to get rid of the smaller m. In this case, that would be the 1m on the right side. And the way that we get rid of that is by subtracting m. And what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So 4 minus 1 will give us 3m minus 13 is equal to, these cancel out to make 5. That's what we want. Now we've created a two-step equation. We always move the term that's adding or subtracting first, so we will get rid of the 13 by doing the opposite operation. To find 3m is equal to 18. Now we will get rid of the 3 that is multiplying with m by doing the inverse operation. We will divide 3 to both sides. This will leave us with m is equal to 18 divided by 3, which makes 6. Okay, number 15. There we are. Looking at number 15, we see that there is a negative 3 that is trying to distribute n with 4n and negative 6. We will take care of that first. Negative 3 times 4 makes negative 12n, and negative 3 times negative 6 will make positive 18. And that is equal to 18 plus 7n. I just rewrite those terms because they have not been changed in any way. Now we are looking, and on both sides of our equations, we have variables, so we want to gather them to one side of the equation so that we can begin our solving process. It's always easier to move the smaller valued variable to the larger one. In this case, negative 12 is smaller than 7, so I'm going to get rid of it by adding 12n to both sides. These will cancel out. I'll write my work back down. So 18 is equal to 18 plus 19n. We get 19 from 7n plus 2n. That makes 19n. Now we need to get n by itself. We can begin moving the 18 and 19 on the same side with n away from it. We move these numbers by doing the opposite. So if that's a positive 18, we can subtract 18 from both sides. 18 minus 18 makes 0 is equal to 19n. We can then divide 19 to both sides, and 0 divided by 19 is 0 equals, these 19s cancel out to give us 1n. And finally, number 17. This is the most complicated of everything we've been working on, but it's the same ideas, processes, things that we've been working with. In number 17, we have a 2 that is trying to distribute with 1 plus 4m. We also have a 3 that is trying to distribute with m minus 2. We are going to take care of that distribution first. 2 times 1 is 2. and 2 times 4m is 8m. This 6m hasn't changed, so I'm just working from left to right, writing my work down. And then we'll do 3 times m to make 3m, and 3 times negative 2 to make negative 6. There's a lot going on here. The first thing that we want to take care of is we want to clean up any like terms that we have on the same side of the equal sign. So 6m and 3m, signs are the same, we will add them and keep the sign to make 9m minus 6. I'm just rewriting my work now. 8m and 2. Now that everything's been cleaned up, we look at both sides of the equal sign and notice that we have a variable on either side. Again, we can move either the 8 or the 9, but it's a little bit cleaner if we get rid of our smaller number. So I'm going to move 8 because that is smaller than 9. I'm subtracting 8m to both sides. 8 minus 8 is 0. So 2 is equal to 9m minus 8m, which gives us 1m, minus 6. We are almost finished. M is almost by itself. What we need to get rid of is the 6. So we are going to add 6 to both sides. 2 plus 6 is 8 equals 1m, or I would just write m. It's the same thing. And that's our answer.